What are some of the problems or some of the issues that you're hearing from people about community safety, particularly in the riding that you're in?
Mm-hmm. Well, what we're hearing around community safety is a lot more people are being afraid to be out on the street. We're seeing an increase in some crimes. But with an exploding population, lack of affordable housing, we're seeing more people in vulnerable situations. So they're staying at the shelters. And maybe 5 years ago, they wouldn't have even considered being at a shelter, but now they are. And so they're being exposed to negative social issues, so prostitution, drugs, crime, and they're getting involved with that more and more. So we're seeing the results of that in our own communities.
What kind of feedback are you getting from the people who are there to provide community safety?
Right. Lots of frustration and overworked and overstressed individuals, whether they're police or EMS or social workers. You know, they've got lack of resources. We're in a labor crunch, a labor crisis in this province. So all the workers that are here working, we're working the jobs of maybe 1.5 to 2 people. And so that's extra stress putting on not only our work, but on our family life and our quality of life. So a lot more people are frustrated, and that's not good to bring into your workplace, especially if you're there to help people. How are you responding to people? A police officer on the front lines, an EMS worker, a social worker that's supposed to be there for people when things aren't going great in your life. So that's a real concern, and coming from those frontline workers. And things certainly could be better if we were putting in the proper resources to the people who need it the most. And they're there to help the vulnerable in our society. And when they can't be at their best, then we can't expect that we're going to move forward in this society. We need healthy frontline workers. And until we get them, we are going to be in a really difficult situation in this province.
What are you proposing as a way to increase community safety and increase the the health and the presence of the frontline community safety workers?
I think in regards to the police, we need community policing, and that means basically having the cops walk the beat. They walk the neighborhood, and they get to know people in the neighborhood. So they're talking to you and having conversations with you when you're playing with your child on the front lawn or you're mowing your grass. So you're creating a relationship with them, and that's always a positive thing, because when you see a crime happen, then you're more apt to call the police because you know them. But it's creating positive relationships rather than just getting to know the police when there's a crisis. And then you get to look at them in a very different way, and they look at you in a different way. So it's about creating positive community and strengthening that. The other side of it, of course, is those frontline workers. We need to give them the resources they need to continue to do the great job they're doing.